Hello. Another impromptu stream. I am going to be working on my ooh, I'm live apparently. I just got an email. So I'm taking a break from the stepper motor stuff on the Pi, and I am working on this vacuum bed file. So I've already got all my vacuum bed stuff, like it's all working for me, but it wasn't built, if you look at the timeline here, it wasn't built in a way that was very user-friendly for anyone else. So I've been redesigning this thing, spurred on by John Oxer, who... Hey Gwindor, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Why aren't you asleep? Hey Aaron, why aren't you asleep? Yeah. So this has been spurred on by John Oxer, who keeps reminding me on Twitter that he's waiting for this. So what I've got to mark on my screen. So what I decided to do was to make a version of this and then supply the Fusion file for people, and that way they can modify it. So it's all dynamic, and it's got some challenges into how to do it in an intuitive way that doesn't completely build a like a construction timeline that is going to break everything, right? I'm never asleep at this time. Day-night rhythm is yeah. You obviously, do you have young kids? Or do you have kids at all? Do you have young kids? I don't know. It's I can't do the whole sleep whenever I want, work whenever I want anymore, because yeah, kids. We're committed to the Northern Hemisphere. The Northern? You're committed to the Southern Hemisphere, because you seem to be always around. 0 kids. See, that explains it. That explains it. So the whole thing is, as I said, is I should save this. I just had to undo a whole bunch of stuff to make it work differently. So as you can see here, like this is this base-driven sketch, and it's all done dynamically. 2 kids, 5 and 11. Right, so then how do you get away with doing crazy hours and not sleeping? Like anyway, that's fine. If you get away with it, good on you. I can't do crazy hours anymore. So everything is driven, and it's all driven from a whole bunch of values that I've put in, right? So the user can set obviously the main width and height of the base, and fillet details, the width and length, I should call it, fillet height, all sorts of stuff, right? So if I go and modify these things, it changes on here, and which is fine. That's pretty straightforward. The difficult part is building the hierarchy of the 3D objects so that they rebuild themselves or whatever, and doing it in a way that doesn't, again, as I say, break. So if I go back to here, the parameters, I can say that this is actually going to be I don't know, 192 wide, and it does that. And I can say it's actually going to be, I don't know, 27 high and whatever, and it recreates all the different sections. So like it's got the screw areas. You can set the screw diameter, like I'm using M2.5. The nut width, so this is set here for a square nut, so the idea is that it won't rotate. On my version, I've actually got it like this, and you put the T-nut in there, but the problem with this is that causes a lot of problems with 3D printing and with overhangs and stuff, and very hard to clean this stuff out. So I'm trying to do it in a way that, you know, I mean, this is easy enough to do. You put the screw in, you put the nut underneath, and it's a corner, so it stops it from rotating. So I'm trying to make everything dynamic, and I should put that back. It sucks that you can't keep this parameters window open all the time. Anyway, so what I'm working on at the moment is the supports. Hey, Agim. And so originally I had the supports as a dynamic layout inside here. So that's the support there. So the supports were driven dynamically in the sketch. The problem was if you set it to 0, there had to be at least one of them. Otherwise, it couldn't. It couldn't create an extrusion for something that wasn't there to start with, that you added. Anyway, it was confusing. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting it as part of this sketch object. I really hate this whole, anyway, whatever. I'm using a new mouse, by the way, a wide mouse at the moment, and I'm really struggling with it. Really, it's a completely different shape and size mouse, and it's really annoying me. I've got new mice on the way. So yeah, what I've got a separate support now, and I'm about to set up a pattern. So I'm going to do a rectangular pattern, and it's going to be driven by this stuff. So I've got I can do formulas in the expression if you didn't. Yeah, I know I can. Yeah, I know, but it's difficult. Like it's. Sorry, I shouldn't say it's difficult. It's having it all tied together is painful. Supports, base support X. So that's how many I want, right? And then the distance has to be. Oh, I got to rework this out again. Hey Colin, how you doing? So it's going to be. I'm doing an extent. So there's 3 of them, and the extent is going to be negative the width divided by X base support. Except this is in the middle. So I actually want one on the left and one on the right. So I want it to be... Can I set a starting point? That's actually going to be width. It'd be really nice if these boxes were bigger. Like that they type into. Like I should be able to see a nice big field here, and it's really frustrating to do this. I want the width, I want it divided by 3, or divided by the number, but then I want it offset by half the width. Right. That plus width divided by 2. No. So in my sketch, I had it at the top left corner. It was nice and easy, right? It was easy to array out. But this one has to be in the center. I want one to the left and one to the right. Ooh, so many mergers in MicroPython happening. Such exciting things happening right now. So I want there, and then I want it shifted. I don't know if I can shift it. So it's doing an array. It's not going to... It's either going to do left or it's going to go right. It can't start left and then move right. I'm going to have to do multiple arrays, I think. That's really frustrating. I'm going to have to do some to the left, some to the right. Because I can only do an extent or a space. Or excuse me. Or I move it. Right. That might work. Okay, let's undo this. So that's the extrude, but I want the extrude to happen after. No. Okay, so I need an extrude, then I need a move. This has to move. Right, that's what I need to do. So I need to move that body, and I'm going to be moving it minus width divided by the X support. And I need to move it, which way is Y that way? I need to move it minus, doesn't really matter, minus length, whoa, divided by support Y. Okay. Yeah, I can't start it on the left and the right inside the sketch, but yeah, that's what I'm doing, Colin, yeah. And if I make that minus, if I make that plus, it'll be the top left corner. Okay. Okay, now I can do the create the pattern. Excellent, that's going to be much better. I don't really have to set that, I know what I'm doing. So there's going to be base support X, and it's going to be minus width. It's going to be plus, it's going to be width divided by that's not right. The distance is going to be right, so the whole width divided by 3, or divided by the number. Oh, right, I'm going to have to do it spacing now. Maybe? It'll be width divided by support X. Oh, but the offset. What? I don't understand. Width divided by 3. Okay, I hate doing stuff like that. I shouldn't have done this on live stream. Support Y, and that's going to be minus length divided by support Y. Oh, not minus. So that one's correct. Why is that correct? With minus 2 of the, but it shouldn't be, because like look at the Y. The Y works. It's 3 and 3. Oh, unless this move wasn't right. This move must not be in the right position. Okay, actually the Y doesn't work, because if you look, the Y is offset as well. So it's the initial move, I think, isn't right. I think the distance, all these distances are right. So I'm going to just OK on this for the moment. And I'm going to just work on the maybe, yeah, the move isn't right. Why is it not stored the move? I've edited the move. This should be showing me the values I had in here to get it there. See, that's there. I want to edit the feature. It should show me the move values. See, it's now moving it from that spot. That's really frustrating. So I'm going to have to delete this move. And I'm going to have to redo the move here. Remove the body. Done. It's fine. I want it to go negative width. Divided by that looks further over than it did last time. This is length divided by oh, is that not, is that, which one's Y? Oh, is that done up and down? Okay, that's annoying. Because I changed the, if I change it to design. You know what? Okay, that just broke that. This is awesome. Hey Bruce, perfect cooking stream. Okay, undo that. We're going to do that again. This has got to be a bug. This has got to be a bug in Fusion, that it's not remembering the what the move was. Why is that going in the air now? I don't understand why it's going in the air. We divided by where exactly are you trying to put supports? I missed that. I'm trying to, so based on how many supports you say you want on the X and the Y, I want them centered throughout the thing. So if I now move that over, right. So that looks right, except I did the wrong direction. But if I come back in here now, it's going to, see, I've lost the settings. It's not remembering the formula. Okay, but maybe I can remember this one. I can go reverse this one. Okay. So this is now placing them in the right spot. I don't understand why they weren't before. Let me save this. Okay, so the idea is, see, I don't know if this is going to now, if this move is going to work, because the formula's not there, right? So if I now say, go and change this, I don't think it's going to work. If I say I only want 2 supports on the X, you see, it doesn't move the Y. It's not moving this first one. It's not saving the parameter in the move. So this isn't going to work. Like I should be able to say I want 5 and 5 if I want lots of support. It should recalculate this position here. And it's not recalculating that position. I want people to be able to, remember, I want this to be completely dynamic. I want someone to be able to just go and modify these values and they will get all the pieces they need ready to export to 3D print, where they don't have to do any modifications to any geometry and whatever else. But this is a problem because I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Okay, I need to change this. Okay. I'm going to undo all this. What I'm going to have to do instead is okay, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to save that. Actually, I've got to rename that. The move has to happen inside the sketch. That's what I'm going to have to do. So right now it's sitting here. I'm going to have to actually make this be, it's got to be constrained to, hello. Right, this is going to have to be the negative width divided by support X. What's wrong with that? Negative width? Oh. Didn't like the space. Hello? Negative width divided by support X. Oh, I know why. Because it's constrained to the center. Okay, I need to kill, which one is it? Okay, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to, how big is that? 5 millimeters. I'm just going to put another one over here for now. It doesn't really matter where it is because I'm going to constrain it and delete that one. So let's try that again. D. Okay, so that's going to be negative width. It wouldn't let me put a dimension on it because it was locked to the center pivot. Negative width, I think that's what it was, divided by support X. Maybe I wasn't. Well, maybe that doesn't make sense doing it that way. If I'm locking it to the edge, it should be 1/3. No. Right, I actually need to do it the other way around. I need to do it from the center. I think that's why. Wow. There is a reason why I don't show this stuff on streams. Negative width divided by support X. Why is it not letting me do that? I don't understand why it's not letting me do this. Circle, 5 millimeters. 10mm circle diameter, and I want to do, oh, maybe I need to do it for my construction line. Maybe negative width. See, it goes red automatically. I don't understand. Why is it going red? Oh, right. I'm saying this is a direction and I'm trying to make it negative. That's not going to work. Right, it probably would have worked before. Okay. Let's try this again. It's because I'm telling it to be this way. Actually, it's got to be from the center. Okay, this and this. Can't do it from the center. Move away. Right, and it's locked again. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I give up. I give up. I give up. I was trying to keep the same one. Hey, Dutch Maker. I know I'm making this look really, really, really way more complicated than it needs to be. And you know what? It is. D. Okay, I want this to be width divided by support X. Okay, and I want this to be, someone is pinging me, this has to be length divided by support Y. Okay, so that puts it in position, and that will now move based on the design. And this extrudal is now, isn't the extrudal. The extrude is broken because I picked a different item. I need to now select that for the extrusion. And that's going to be a new body. Okay. Support. So save that. So this will now, it's frustrating that it's not in the center, right? But this should now, so the problem with this, if I say I want one support, it's not going to be in the middle. Oh yes it will. Divided by 1, negative width divided by, no it won't. What happens if I make it be 1 by 1? Right, 1 by 1 is going to be out there. Okay, I'm going to leave the 1 by 1 just for a moment because I think I know how to solve that. The formula is going to be different. It's going to be width divided by 2 half oh no it's not, I don't even need that. It's just going to be minus, no, the distance is going to be support X divided by got 2 of them. I want it to be oh my god, doing my head in. Will you ever want one support? I don't know. I need this to work and not break. Hey Joe, I need this to work and break and not break for people, right? For edge cases that I'm not aware of. I don't want to have to be constantly, yeah. I don't know, like maybe if it's small enough, you only need one support because there's supports on the corner already, right? There are already supports here on the corner. If there's only one support, it should be, So let me, oh my God. Width, it's the width, I don't want the width. Width divided by 2, I want half of that, and then I want that divided by this would work easier if the pivot point was on the bottom left. If the pivot point of the whole thing was on the bottom, like if the pivot point was here, this would be super easy. The fact that I need to move it to the left and then make them go to the right, when you can't do that within an array. No, width divided by count plus 1 is even worse. Because it's still, if it's width divided by 2, it's still going to move it. If there's only 1, it shouldn't move it at all. It should be in the center. Right? The distance should be 0 if there's only 1. So if it's width divided by support x times base support x minus 1. No. I think that width divided by 2 should always be present, and then you should work on the reposition formula. As by having width divided by 2, we'll always have it in the center. No, it won't. No, it won't have it in the center. It'll only have it not if it's pinned to the middle. Width divided by 2 will always move it away from the center. 0 will keep it in the center. The only other thing I can do is pin it to the left and the bottom. So let's try doing that. Let's try doing that instead. Let's get rid of this and this. I think the issue is that I'm pinning it to the center and I can't get a 0 value. So I need to go D. Okay, the dimension from here to here, right, should be width divided by 2. We should put it to 0. Should put it to the middle, yeah? Minus, how many of them are there? There are 3, minus width divided by support x. Well, I didn't like this. Width divided by 2. Oh, because I'm on the wrong side. Okay, let me redo that. Okay, let's put it back here. I need the hello. I said move over here. Thank you. I think I need it to be the other way. Try that again. Width. If I go width divided by 2, it should put it in the center, right? See? Puts it in the center. But if I make it width divided by 2, and then I want a minus width divided by support x. Now it's not liking the minus in there. Maybe I need to bracketize it. Or actually, I have to put a clamp on it. If I go, or if I make it width divided by support x minus 1. Oh, I've got a bracket there. Width divided by base support x minus 1. Ah! Is it possible to make a reference to top left for e.g. of the object. No, because the top left of the object is dynamic. That's the point. It's dynamic. There is no top left, top right. It's all dynamically created from the center point. I don't understand why width divided by that minus 1. It's not letting me put brackets on it, but I've put brackets before. Wait, divided by 2 divided by 1. Or divided by 2 divided by thing. If I now make it 2, that's right. If I make it 3, 1, oh, actually no. It's not right. Divided by 2, it still needs to be, that's going to put 1 there, then it's going to put 1 there. Maybe. There is, but there isn't, but it is a reference point. A reference point is exactly, that's what I'm doing now. The circle becomes a reference point. Everything is yes, it's all parametric. As you can see here, there's center rectangles. Because it has to be, it's going to be pinned somewhere. And so it makes sense to pin it to the middle. Because there's plenty of other stuff that needs to reference the middle as well. That should be divided by x minus 1. I just don't understand why it's not letting me do brackets. Oh, that time it did. Wait. That time it let me do a bracket. What just changed? One of them, will that break? 3. See, that's not changed. Okay, that's not working. Still want the minus here. You need the width of the support itself. So using a center point with the array function. Well, no, it's not broken, it's that you can't do it. With the array function, it's going to be this many left and this many forward. It's not, I want this many and start here and go across over the pivot point. The array function is what is a 2D array from a point. So what I'm trying to do is work out how to get to the point. I'm trying to work out how to get to the point, but how to get to the point dynamically. But it's just not letting me use things in the formula, which I don't understand because I've done stuff like that stacks of times. So unless I can make a formula in here and just use that. So, and I know you can do that. It is possible to create, like I'm pretty sure I can say, I can create a, if I call it support bottom, so support X left, and support pivot left, and I want it to be I don't think where's this coming from though? That's the problem. width. I want width divided by 2. That's my center. And I want minus width divided by supports. Okay. So it let me do it in here. And I don't know why. If I do the same thing again and I call this support pivot, maybe it's over constrained inside the design and that's why it's blocking me out. Why it's not letting me do it. Bottom, support pivot bottom, and this is going to be length divided by 2 minus length divided by base supports y. Except there needs to be, so this top one's giving me a positive value of 24. I'm not sure that's right either. See, that's giving me bottom left. Right, that has to be -1. That gives me a divide by 0. Oh, hang on. No. That's going to give it to me from the center, right? Again, it depends where I'm grabbing it from. But this, for 1 and 1, this should be giving me a 0. Or this should give me a plus. Just, I know this looks silly, just I'm trying to map this out in my head. So this should be from the bottom corner. This should be from the bottom corner. So if I get this, and I go this to here, should be support pivot left, which should be 0. And this, because remember I set it to 1 right now, and this to here should be support pivot bottom. Right, I'm at 0. And if I now modify this and say, so this is the bit that's been tripping me up for so long that it has put me off finishing this, is trying to work this specific thing out. So if I have two supports on the X, damn it. And 2 on the Y, that's not right because it's going to give me 1 there and 1 here. Oh, hang on, is it divided by 2 divided by? No. We divided by 2 divided by support count plus width divided by 2. Don't think so. You can try it. Width divided by 2. Yeah, it's not that easy to do. You can't do maths like that, Colin, directly with ifs. Okay, doing ifs are possible. They're not. They don't get structured even close like that, and it's and they're quite difficult to work with. So, like, I can't do if this, then do this, else do this. There's no concept like that. There's a one-off case only, like a if this, then it's hard to explain. It's just hold on a sec. I don't understand what the divided by 2 doesn't help. Again, oh, it's giving a plus. Right, other way around. If I go that way, okay. No, yeah, it's hard to explain, Colin. It's it took me a long time to work out how to do it. Okay, this will work maybe. So it was close again, I think. No, that's not right. Length. So my width is correct, maybe. If I go 1. Wait, what happened there? Is that the Y? No. 2. 1. No, that's not correct. 3. Yeah, no. It's not correct either. Want it in the middle. This will support parametric generated, and then you need to make the array. Yes. Now, I had all this working fine as an array in the sketch, but you can't do that. Because if someone enters 0 for support, the extrusion never happens. And then if they go and change it to 4, then there is no extrusion, and then it breaks. So that's the problem with that. Don't I just want divided by... This is just so annoying. Like, I'm just going to go back to where I was originally. If I have 1, I want it to be... So I've got 1 now. If I've got 2, if I've got 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, this might be working. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this might be working. It could have just been as simple as what I had before. Length divided by base support y plus 1. 2 by 4 will give me 1 there and 1 there and 1 there. Like 2 by 2. Okay, 3 by 3. I think this might be working. I think this might be working. Finish. So now if I do the, I want to create a pattern, and I want this to be, I hate how it does that. This needs to be supports X, and it's going to be spacing of the spacing of what of width divided by support X. We're gonna have the same problem where I'm not going to be able to support Y, and this is going to be length divided by support Y. I'm not going to be able to put brackets again. Oh, I didn't do the direction. See, this is the same problem again, where it's got to be divided by +1. And you watch, it won't let me do the brackets. And I'm going to be back to the same thing as before. Oh, it did. It let me do the bracket this time. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Right, so let me do the brackets now. It must have been over-constrained before somehow. Distance is minus length. Base +1. There we go. Okay, so they're in the center, and if I now go to here and say, actually I only want 2 by 2, 2 by 2 are in the center. And if I say I want 5 by 5, which is ridiculous, they're in the center. Oh my god! Oh my god! Now the problem is these are all separate objects, right? Is the top of the page plus or negative? You don't work it out. Okay, so 3 by 3, right? Oh, interesting. Why is that? I must have used the wrong spacing. Ooh. Hang on. I might have used the wrong term for each one. This might be the Y. That's that way, and then this one should be that way. No, I thought I was using the mix, but I'm not. I am. I'm using the mix. That's why. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. I did. I had one mixed. Of course I did. This is Xeon. Everything's hard. 4, 2, 1 by 1. Yay! Yay, yay. Okay, 3 by 3. Just put them back to 3 by 3. Okay. That was way too hard. So, the problem is, okay, that's the base. So that's the base. No, I now need to work out how I'm going to let someone cut the hole in to the side for the vacuum. Try 0. I'm going to try 0. Oh, look at that. It's stuck there because it's on the corner now. Interesting. So what I need to do is, this needs to be now, how do I do this again? Oops. You can use it like a max and a min, but I can't do it here. Someone can override it. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it here. Thanks for wrecking it, again. Thank you. Much love. Right, so it's all the way over there. And I need to put it back to 1, 1 so I can see where the watercolors are. That one. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot I did it in formula. So, pace +1. So this needs to be, but that should be, even that's 0, it should be divided by 1. It needs to be divided by 2, and there should always be 1. So this needs to be, I think I can do this, min 1, comma, maybe I can't. Expression entered failed, unknown result provided. I can't remember how to do a max and a min. You're out! Quindor, stay awake all night. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. I need to... Need to go Fusion 360. What is it? Parameters min max. Limit the range of user parameters using min and max. So I've looked at this before already, and I did get it working. Min 80. Oh, right. I forgot. See, it's all these weird syntax. You got to use colons. And you got to use, anyway, whatever the value is. You see these, anyway, semicolons. Won't help as base support equals 0 plus 1 will always be greater than 0. Yeah, no, it's yes, you're right, but I was just seeing if I could do the min. The min should have been on here. Min, and this is set to millimeters, right? So min, maybe that won't work. Base supports. Min 1. I'm going to limit how many they can do as well. Max 8. No. I think it's because it's looking for the millimeters. So I could make this drive something else that then drives this. That'll work, but that's just getting really messy. Or am I missing another bracket now? Wait, I might be missing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, two. Oh, right. I am missing a bracket, but here. There we go. There we go. So, oops, what just happened? So min 1, max 8 of base supports. So if I put the same thing in here, and obviously change it to X. As I said, the syntax on some of these things are a little bit weird. Oops. Okay, so if I now go at 0, 0, see that? It's giving me 0, it's giving me 1 now, and 1 should be the same. And 4 are now wrecking the position. Now I broke it. Why is this broken now? No, I need the min part. The min part is what's stopping it from going over to the side. But the max part wasn't the problem before. Removing the min, how? The problem is it's staying at 0, 0 all the time. Putting it back to what it was. You're right. The max, sorry, you're 100% correct again. You're absolutely 100% correct. I don't need a min and a max, I just need a max, but it's a max of 1. You are correct. So then 1 would be in the center and 0 would still be in the center. Except why is that 2 not working now? Oh, right, because I need to do, yep, die. You are absolutely correct. Thank you very much. Except that's not now. Why is that not multiplying out? 1, 3, where are they? 2. It's multiplying out if there's something on width and length. Right, that could be my formula here. Y, Y, X, X. That's right. quantity, y, change parameters, 2, 1. If I go 0, it's doing 0 on the y as well. The position is not, but the number of. If I go 2 and 0 here, see, it's doing that on both. So that's not the min1 expression. It's using the count value. Right, but that's the same as saying that's 1. Right, I see what you're saying. The zero is giving it a divide by error. Right. It's this divide by here. So I need to do the same thing in this. I need to go, it's going to be max 1 base support y, I think, and why don't I enter? That didn't store it. That didn't work. Divided by max 1 Did that save it? I don't know. So I go 0. No, it didn't. So 1 works. If any of these are 0 though, it wrecks the other one. Gosh. Why do I do these things to myself? Why do I ever volunteer to release these files? Seriously. I've spent more time trying to work out the maths on this than I spent designing the original version. Oh, hang on. It's this way. The direction's flipped. That's why it looks like it's not working. Look at that. What the hell? Oh, no way, there's a symmetric option. There's a symmetric option. And the symmetric option would allow me to do it from the center. Maybe. I want this to be just bear with me a moment. I'm going to break it all. I'm going to break everything we've done. I don't understand why it's going in that direction though. It should not be going up and down. Directions are... Why can't I select the directions? Okay. You're going to all scream. Scream, scream for ice cream. I'm going to oops, I'm going to do a circle. I'm going to do it 10. Finish. And then this, I'm going to okay. And then I'm going to do create pattern using this body, and I want it to be that's okay. I'm going to make it, it's going to be support, it's X, and it's going to be symmetrical, and it's going to be width divided by we're still going to have the 0 problem, but we'll get to that in a second. I don't know what I've got it set to at the moment. Why isn't, see, symmetric should be going both directions. Why isn't symmetric going both directions? So that worked. You see that? But why is the other one not working? I don't actually know what I've got it set to. What have I got these values set to? 2 and 3. If I go 1 and 1, 1 and 1 puts me in the middle. 2 and 2. Oh, it's going to be alternating. 3 and 3 See that? It's alternate. It's got to be an even number. It's got to be an odd number. It's got to be an odd number. If it's not an odd number... Okay, so symmetric is not what I thought. You see that? It's got to be 5, 5. It's got to be an even, an odd number. How do you feel that after you find the initial position of the first support pillar, you would need to multiply it by the number of supports? Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to help me either. I mean, I could solve all this by doing 2 sets of arrays. To the left, we'll have to do 4 sets of arrays. We had it before. And I think what happened was my dimensions got broken. God, I'm going to spend the whole stream doing this. Feel free to let me know in the chat right now, in the comments after, if you're watching this later, if you're sick and tired of watching me struggle on these streams, and if you want me to just stop streaming. Because I'll totally understand if that's what you want. Totally understand. Totally. I think my dimension on this got totally broken. So this should be support pivot left. And this one should be... I think this one here got broken. Support pivot Y, which is why they started going up and down. Why is that not liking that one? No, that's not right. I said support pivot bottom. That's the one. 4 AM speaks for itself. So this is Fusion 360, yes, and using XY plane and the centered around 0. For the sketch, yes. That's the 0 mark in there, you can see. 0, 20, 40, 60, 0, negative 20, 40, 60. Yep. You work and listen to my streams, sure, but this must be frustrating for you. I know it's frustrating for me, so, you know. I'm glad I'm doing this on my other channel, though, and not on my main channel, because people will stop watching me. X, and that's width. And direction, no, direction, and that will be negative. And it's going to be the +1 again. It's going to be divided by max 1 x plus 1. Okay, and this one's got to be bracket max 1 colon support y plus 1. Okay. Hey Joe, the brainstorming streams teach good problem solving lesson. This is not a good problem solving lesson. As in, I'm not doing a good job of showing you how to solve it. Okay, this might have it. This might be it. I enjoy a challenge like this. I just think me doing it on a stream is not great. 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. We have it. Maybe 0, 3. No, we don't. It hasn't gone under, has it? No. So we still have the problem where if one is 0, it doesn't do it properly, but it doesn't break it. It's close. It's very close. I feel like as long as it doesn't break, that 0 is just a case that we just don't support, right? I mean, if someone sticks 0 there and it does something weird, that's okay, as long as it doesn't break. I think I'm okay with this. I can do 2 by 2, I can go 3 by 2. Okay, we're gonna move on from this. Oh my god, it's 10 past 1. I've not had lunch. I've not even had breakfast. Ooh, sorry. Cool. Okay. Stream up to my patience level. I mean, no one should complain because I'm giving them a free Fusion 360 design that they don't have to do any work for. So, I mean, sure. Okay, so how am I going to deal with the cutout? The cutout is interesting. So I need to do another. Right now I've done everything off the one sheet, the one sketch. So I now need to do. From now on, I can't go backwards. Like if I now do a new sketch on this face to be able to do a cutout on the side, I can no longer go backwards. Right, what I can do, instead of doing it as a sketch though, is I could do it as a whole. And I could so the distance is going to be 2 times thick length, width, base tab thickness. Which one is it? It's the base thickness, and I want it to be a simple the width of it is going to be the height, times 0. So 80% of the base height. Yeah, circle's not great. Circle's going to reduce the amount of airflow maybe I don't want to do a hole. I'm going to have to do a sketch. Okay, so I'm going to have to be a new sketch. Okay, and this is going to be called side back cutout. Okay, and we're going to have a rectangle. I can't watch the stream anymore. I'm half dreaming. I need to get... Catch you later, again. Thanks for joining. I hope you don't have dreams, bad dreams of formulas and stuff. That'd be really bad. I'd feel really bad if that happened to you. But thank you for joining. Okay, so we want this thing to be we want this to be actually we probably want we don't want that. What we want is a center rectangle that's going to be, no, we don't even want that yet. First we want to do change parameters, and we're going to add a new parameter which is going to be vacuum hole cutout width okay, and by default it's going to be let's make it 30. You're gonna dream PHP. That's even worse. Dude, that's even worse. Okay, center. So the center of the rectangle we'll fix in a second, and it's going to be it's going to be the height minus 2 times base thickness. 2 times thickness base. Actually, it'll have to be 3 times because it needs to... No, that'll be... should really be 3 times. Okay, and then this will be vacuum width. Okay, good. Now we need the center to be I don't have anything on the same plane. That'll be interesting. So that'll be length divided by 2. No, it's going to over constrain it. Oh, of course. What am I doing? I can't stick that on a... I'm in the sketch. You're an idiot, Sion. And that wasn't in the center. Got to turn the base off. Actually, turn them all off. Okay, so let's try that again. Oh, I want the center to be going to be height of the base divided by 2. No, actually want it to be divided by 2 plus base thickness what? Oh, base tab thickness, that's not right. Sorry, wrong one. It's thickness base. Thickness base. Yeah, it's too narrow on the bottom. Wouldn't y equal 0? No, y equals 0 is here. And you can't do a y equals 0. It's got to be, it's relative to the side. If someone makes it higher, so I need this to clear the bottom, right? Because there's a base there, like there's thickness to the base. But I want it to be right on, actually. Okay, even easier. Easier. Although it might be over constrained. I just want that to be thickness base. Right, and I want this to be... Right, I shouldn't have even done that. Right, I didn't even need center one. I want this to be thickness base as well. Okay, that's what I want. And then I want this to be this is where it's going to get a bit harder. I don't have a center reference, so I want this to be length divided by 2 minus height well, that should give me a square. I'll do the same thing here. It'll be base, what was it, length divided by 2 minus height. Right. I'm doing, no, it's not Z. It's not Z, it's the side. See here? And I want this to extrude minus thickness base. Is that the right amount? And it's going to cut. Okay, so there's the hole on the side that the vacuum is going to connect to. And so I should, if I save that, I should now be able to where's John Oxer? I should have pinged, I didn't even actually ping anyone that I was currently streaming. And I should have. Because I'm doing this for him almost. I can't post any announcements, can I? Hey, John. He's not even on there, online. I can't believe I didn't do this earlier. Hey, John Oxer and others. I'm streaming the Fusion 360 vacuum stencil build. Except I need now a link. I need a link for the stream. How do I get a link for the stream? Whoop. Now live. Copy link. I don't want an attribution link. What are you doing? Sorry, just give me a second, folks. If I just click on this and let it go to the actual, there we go. I didn't even post in mine that I was streaming. I can't even spell vacuum. How bad am I? Okay. Here we go. Let's see if anyone joins. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't even know how much longer I'm going to go for. Okay, so if I now go here and I say, well, actually the length is going to be 133. You see my hole stays in the right spot. And if I go, my height is actually going to be 33 millimeter, 33 millimeters. The opening gets bigger accordingly. And then I need to build a, hey Richard, now I need to build an outside bit that joins onto it. And ideally that screws on. Mine doesn't screw on. A screw on would be better. Screw on would be better. So, once again, fully dynamic. The question is, should it be square? If it's too small, I don't want it square. I want it wider. But maybe I should... 20... See, that goes down quite a lot in size, which is why I've got it wider, because you need a lot of air to come through. By the way, the 145, 175 is based on my one, on my size. So people are obviously able to change this if they want to. Okay, so that's working. But what I should have also done is, in the sketch, I want to add some screw holes. And this is going to be screw diameter. And it's going to be how far away? 5 millimeters. Yeah, that's fine. And this should be I don't know if I'm going to... How do I do the center of the length? Can I get to the length of that? Or am I going to have to just make this... It's going to have to be the center of this to this. No. Hello. 1, 2... Thank you. So this is going to be height base divided by 2. Okay, so that should be the center, and then I'm going to copy and paste that. And that is going to be there to there is going to be, hello, no, D. There to there, going to be 5, and there to there is going to be height divided by 2. Okay, so I got screw holes. Now what I can also do though is, now The problem is everyone's adapter is going to be a different size. Like everyone's hose is going to be a different size. So I'm also going to need a just thinking out loud right now. I don't want to do that. I want to use the same sketch for the adapter outside. So I'm going to need another rectangle that's going to be, I have to be careful if I lock it or not. I'm just going to do it out here for now. So I can then constrain it back in. I want this to be going to be thickness. Okay, and that is going to be thickness. And that is going to be um, 10, and just for now, I can always change that later, 10. So, and then what I also need is a circle centered to the box. And I don't remember how big mine is, my adapter, but right, I can't do that yet. I need to add another modifier. I don't have one already for the vacuum. This is going to be vacuum hose diameter. And how big is it? I'm just going to go, oh, by the way, everyone, look. Finally, my new vacuum cleaner arrived. This is my new vacuum cleaner for my Stencil setup. So I should open it now and actually measure my vacuum. This is such a cheap shit vacuum cleaner. Can't begin to tell you. This is like this. I think this was $49. Okay, so that's the hose. It's quite a little opening, actually. I wonder how well it sucks. If it really sucks. Diameter is 31. Oh, it gets wider. Let's tape it a bit. 31.3, we're going to call it. For me, anyway. 31.3. Other people can change it. 31.3. Okay. So now I can do a circle that is in the center of this. That is vacuum hole diameter. Wait, that's looking for the radius divided by 2. There we go. Okay. Finish. So now I can turn that on. So I can build the adapter out of this now. So I can grab this and bum, bum. Think, Sion. Think. Well, actually, I need to also... I need to add the screw holes in the wall. Okay, and now I need to create a new extrusion. So extrude, you pull that face out, and that one out. How big am I going to make this? I can't think, just for the moment. I mean, this is going to be pretty ugly, but 10 millimeters. So the idea is the vacuum plugs into that. You can even go, maybe, can't quite go all the way through. We're going to have to adjust. You see there's got those little bits there, right? That's what the vacuum plugs into, but I want this to be a separate piece. It won't be part of the 3D print, because I want people to be able to print it flat. So this is going to be its own body. Just for the moment, I'm going to call it, I was going to do that, and it's going to be interesting. I don't want it, I actually want it to be in a new component. This is going to be called vacuum adapter. Right. Extrude. And that, I want that to be in here. So this is now a body in here. It's a separate piece. So this is the vacuum adapter. Still driven from the same data, but not part of the base. If that makes sense, see that? So that'll get screwed on. And what I could actually even do is trying to think which way it's going to get printed. Printed that way. If I actually extrude that and make that negative thickness. I mean, the tolerances on this is going to be tighter. But that could then slot in. So it'll make the seal even better. And it would print face down. The problem is the vacuum hose hole is actually bigger than the space we've got for the height. But if I go here now and say but this is not going to make it dynamic. Like if this was 22 millimeters high, it's readjusted itself. It's not moved the circle higher. Right, the circle stayed still. Everything else moved, but the locking of the center of the circle didn't work. Okay, that sucks. I'm gonna have to do that not by tracing the center. I'm gonna have to do it mathematically. That's a pain in the backside. So see this circle? It didn't move. So what it actually needs to be is D. You see this needs to be height, base height divided by 2. Now it's going to move with it. Finish. Right. But if someone does this, change parameters, and they make the height 17 millimeters, it's going to cut right through. See that? Now, I mean, that doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it just means they can't get the vacuum cleaner in any further than that little space. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like, that'll still connect, but I'm thinking of getting rid of this. It's going to make it really hard. Yeah, I'm going to delete that. Anyway, so, but they can make this bit thicker, which will still hold the vacuum. So that's going to work. It's going to work. So they screw that piece on, and that's how they attach their vacuum, and that's all dynamic. At some point, like if they make it really, really narrow, like if they say it's like 12 millimeters high, well, that's not going to work at all, right? See? But I don't know how I'm going to prevent people from doing that. Like, there's almost no point. If it's for a stencil printer, like, you need to be able to get the vacuum in. So, yeah. At some point, I have to stop being concerned about the model breaking if someone does something stupid. Okay, save. Now, we need to do the top. Wow, what's the time? How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2 hours. Holy moly, Batman. Okay, that wasn't even funny. Can't believe John Oxer's not even coming to say hi. He's probably working. Or he's not well. That's okay, still. I'm not doing this just for him, but he's the one pushing. Okay, we should look at doing the top. We should look at doing the top. So that's going to be another component. At least the start of the top anyway, right? This will be the base top. Top or cover? Call it a cover. This is going to take a lot of work, by the way. But, yeah. Yep. So, I'm just going to turn everything else off. So, this is where it's going to get interesting, because I don't necessarily have everything I need in this sketch right now. Well, that's not true. I've probably got enough. So, we're going to extrude this and this and this. Hey, Marius. Surprise, surprise. Imagine seeing you here. Here and... Okay, and I can't remember if I actually put a thickness for the top. I didn't, but it should be the base thickness. Okay. New body. And this is going to be our... Click on it. What What happened? Okay, maybe I didn't click on it. This is called the cover, and this cover is going to have to sit at, and to get moved up to height. Oops. Oh, there is a height top. Wait, what am I using height top for? What I should do is go to my appearance and actually set some textures on this. We're going to make them just plastic. Plastic is fine. Opaque plastics. Let's go. Let's put a green top. Is there a darker grey? Let's do a matte black base. Let's go a blue adapter, just so we can see things easier. And the insides are going to just still be whatever the grey is, right? That's fine. So that's our top. Oh, Sion, silly boy. Didn't select it all. Got to select it all. I need that because I need the screw holes. That. Don't know what I was thinking then. And that. Okay, that's better. So that's how we screw it together, right? Screw goes into here, and the nut, oops, and the nut is under there, and that screws together, and let's just save that. I want to see what my top height is. I did a base height, base, oh right, I did give it a thickness. Base top, a height top. So that extrude should have been height top, 4mm. Good, okay. Yay. So once again, if I now, just going to save that. If I go and change my parameters and I say I want the height of the whole thing to be 27mm, that didn't move. Oh, because remember, this is not saving the parameters. It's not saving their parameters. Do you remember that problem? Yay, we had that before. Okay, so maybe what I could, how do I, okay, where's Fusion 360 lock body to face of other body. Okay. Can't spell. How do I align a body? No, solved. Offset all faces on, no. Position components relative to bodies. That sounds interesting. Best practice would be to make a box, oops, a component, also then use the joints. Half uses a joint. I don't want to use a joint. I mean, it doesn't have to be, like when you export it, it can be at 0. It doesn't matter. It's just that I'd like to visually have them all together properly. Do I have to ground it, do I? Yeah, I don't want... Adding joints is absolutely not what I want to be doing. So Fusion 360, move using formulas, losers formula. Wow. How to use equations? No. Using driven dimensions. Move body. How to move? No. How to move a body from one to no. Am I going to share the Fusion? Absolutely. That's why I'm doing this, Colin. I'm doing this so people can use the Fusion file to change some values and export their design for their needs. It's exactly why I'm doing this. There's no point otherwise. I've already got my design. It works perfectly, but other people might want different sizes and shapes. Did you have the start of this and another? No, I've never shown this. I started working on this a couple of weeks ago, being distracted by other things. And the other A. What's and the other A mean? Huh? And the other... I don't know what the other A means. Oh, the other answer. Right. Sorry. The other question... The answer to the other question. Yes. Right. No. This is the first time I'm showing it. I've shown some screenshots and stuff on Twitter. But, yeah. I got it. Have a good sleep. Thanks for joining, Colin. Appreciate it. Thanks for your help before. 60. I might have to do it as a constraint to a face. Actually, no. You know what I can do? This is ugly. This is really ugly. Oh, I know what I'm gonna have to do 2 extrudes. Check this out. It's going to be, I need to extrude this height top plus height base. Yeah. Let's get rid of the move because that's not right. And then I'm going to extrude it again. Let's get... Why is it not selecting at all? Body's off. There we go. Then I'm going to extrude it again. And it's going to be minus height base. With a cut. That is ugly. But check this out. So there's our shape. And if I change... Oh, they weren't supposed to go through the bottom. That's interesting. Doesn't matter. That'll be fine when it exports. If I go now and do a modify, change parameters, and I make the height now back to 20, the lid is on top. Yay. If I make it 45, it is on top. Look at that side adapter. That adapter is getting ridiculous. It doesn't need to be that big. I am going to have to adjust those values. That's crazy. 20. So that's working. Okay. How's that for nasty? Now we're going to do the dynamic generation of the holes in the top. That's going to be for another stream. I've been going for 2 hours and I think I'm going to stop. But this has been actually quite a good... This has been good. It has been. I'm going to save this. I'm going to just quickly, though, I do want to fix this or I'll forget. So I made the dimension length divided by 2 minus height base, and I don't think I want it to be that wide. But I can make it the max of height base wait, no, that won't work. Okay, no, that won't work. I'm gonna do this another time. I can't think of it right now. I can't. No. This has been messing with my mind all day. But this is good. This is all dynamic. This is all dynamic. Every part of it. The size of the tabs here, the height of the tabs, the size of the screw holes, the size of the nut that's going there, the adapter, the support diameter is not, but where the supports are and how many. All of this is dynamic. The user doesn't have to do any type of 3D modeling at all. It's all done from, nope, that was the wrong button. It's all done from these parameters. Just these ones here. See, base tab, width, length, thickness, screw diameter, the nut width, the length of the screw. You can adjust how this section here. If you're using really long screws, you can adjust that. Just like everything is all dynamic. So the last bit is to have holes in the top that dynamically create themselves so you don't get overlap. And ideally, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but ideally, so there's no, if I take the lid off, there's no holes where the supports are. That's going to be very hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But yeah, that's the next step. It'll be the same array stuff that I did before for these, but it'll be holes for the top. And then those holes will have I haven't added it yet, but there'll be a thickness hole. There'll be two. There'll be, for instance, there'll be a vac hole thickness. Should actually make it vacuum hole thickness cover, and we'll say that's going to be 5 millimeters. It's not a thickness, it's a diameter. Should copy all that. And there's also going to be a vac hole cover. No, it'll be PCB holder. And this one's going to be 4 millimeters. I could do it as a percentage of as well, but anyway, that way people can adjust the different size holes. You want the hole on the top on the PCB holder to be smaller than the cover to allow it to suction. Okay, I'm stopping there. I'm done for, I'll turn the base, that back on. Whoop. Try that one. I'm done for today. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. I know there's only a few of you, but it was cool. And for those that have been watching it back after, thank you for watching. This ended up working out better than my stepper one. So there you go. Okay, have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you all later. Bye. Where's the end button?